Hello, hello, and welcome to Mindful Monday. Today, I'd like to discuss a little bit about the conscious and subconscious mind. What are they? Simplified, the conscious mind is more what is going on from you externally in your outside world. Subconsciously, it's more what's going on in your internal world inside of you, right? Um, the difference between the two is that the majority of our decisions that we are making during the day are coming from our internal selves, our subconscious mind. And most of the time, we don't even know what's going on in the subconscious mind. It's this reel that's always continuously playing in the background, but we're not even aware because a lot of it is beliefs we picked up when we were kids, experiences, culture, your environment, family, things that you just kind of grew up with. Maybe you took on these beliefs as your own, but they were not your own. You know, as we're kids, we're like sponges. We're just absorbing everything when we're young, and we really don't know how to process it. And we're taking on things that don't even belong to us, but we're internalizing them as if they are ours, or maybe it's our belief, or maybe something happened to you as either a child, good or bad, and you created this belief around it. And most of the time, we don't even know that we have created these beliefs. We have no idea. 95% of what we do during the day, the decisions that we are making, are on autopilot, and they're coming from the subconscious, which is quite scary since we don't, it's almost like this habit, these habits that we're just, we're going through our day making these decisions, and we really don't even know what's going on. It's like when you get in your car and you get from home to work. You have driven that so often that you get to work and you really don't even realize, how did I get there? Like, I wasn't even conscious of driving to work. It just happened, right? That's pretty much how the subconscious operates. And so, how do we become more aware of the subconscious mind? Um, what I suggest this week is that maybe you look at your childhood. A lot of these things happen. A lot of these beliefs we pick up. Um, a lot of these limiting beliefs, um, patterns, influences start in childhood. Maybe from an incident, maybe from something we experienced, maybe early on, maybe you have an issue right now, maybe you're having with weight, maybe it's weight, maybe it's perfectionism or control, or there's some issues going on in your life where you feel unworthy. A lot of this stuff comes back from, or it starts in childhood. And so, I asked this week that possibly just look back at your childhood. We're going to delve in how to deal with it later in some other videos. But the first part of really changing is to have awareness to it. So maybe look back at your childhood and just look back at some, experiences to see, where did that start? Where did this belief start? Where did, um, let's just say right now you're trying to make a change in your health and you want to lose some weight, and you go out and you buy all the food, and then you join a gym, and you have all these plans, right, to get healthy, to lose weight, and you're into it maybe a day, maybe a week, and then you start to self-sabotage. Why are you self-sabotaging? You know that picking an apple is way more nutritious than that bag of chips. You know that, logically you know that, but why are you not making that choice? And that's where the conscious and the subconscious are not in alignment. And that could possibly go back to, maybe there was a something that happened in your childhood where someone told you were fat. Someone told you were ugly. Someone told you you were not, you didn't fit in, right? And so subconsciously, that reel is still playing in the back of your mind. And even though consciously you're trying to make that decision to be healthier, to lose weight, to get into shape, to all that, subconsciously, that reel in the background's going, nope, not worthy. Nope, I'm fat. Nope, I'm ugly. I am not good enough. And so those are not in alignment. They don't come into alignment, the conscious and the subconscious. That's why it's so important to go upstream, to deal with what's going on in here, all in here, before you start thinking about what's going in here or going to the gym or working out or anything like that. So anyways, I just want to challenge you this week to just take a look back at your childhood, younger, any experiences you had, and I would suggest when you find those experiences, I don't know if you journal, but maybe journal about them. Maybe write something down about it, that experience and what happened. And we're going to go into other videos that talk about how do we deal with that? How do we start making the change now? Now that you become aware of it, how do you make that change going forward? And so, and we will delve into that later. But until now, or until then, not now, but until then, listen, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me. And in case you need to hear it today, God loves you. He loves you. Don't you ever forget that. Bye for now.